What's going on, my good people? It's your boy Jay Fry. Today we're outside in my small backyard garden where we're going to be starting 5 crops from seed here in the month of May. So hang out with your boy and see what I'm planting. Alright, so we're here in Texas Zone 8B where it's considered to be a long growing season. So I can plant each one of these things from seed, I can transplant them, or plant them a little bit later if necessary. The first thing we're going to be planting is one of my favorites. It's easy to grow, and it's also one of the reasons why I started this in-ground grow bed. The first thing we're going to plant is going to be some okra. I have 4 different varieties of okra. This first one is one that I planted last year, and it is the Clemson Spineless. So I'm going to plant, I guess I'm going to go ahead and plant 2 right here, and then I'll plant the other 2 varieties here. But if you can see this little area right here, this is just where I came in and added some fertilizer the other day. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and plant the okra. It rained pretty good the other day, so the soil may be a little too wet, but we're going to find out. So because I have plenty seeds, I collected seeds from this last year. I have plenty seeds for these. So I'm just gonna drop them, pretty much drop these freely. Some will plant deep, some will be on top. And we'll go from there. Same thing right here. So I'll just mix this up a little bit. And I already measured the holes. I don't know if you saw the little holes. I pretty much did them at like a foot apiece, a foot apart. So, and being with this is a newly worked bed. I'm not sure how well the soil is gonna be, but we all know okra is very easy to grow. And last year I planted in a couple of different locations, and I didn't have no problem with germination. You know, the soil wasn't working nearby as good as what it is right now. And y'all might be saying, why I'm putting so many seeds down? I'm just doing it because I got so many seeds. Now the other ones, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna try to make sure I do it a little bit better. All right, so the next variety is gonna be the jambalaya okra. So this one and the other 2 varieties that I have, somebody sent to me. So I appreciate that. I'm gonna try it. But these, I don't know if I've had these before. I'm also gonna try to do 2 trees of these. And I do have plenty of these seeds, so I will be generous on planting these as well. But this time I'm just gonna press them in. I don't wanna go through all that what I was doing a minute ago. Press them in and cover it up. Now the only thing, I got this fertilizer on top. I don't know if that's gonna affect it whenever they start to grow, if it's gonna be too strong. I guess we're gonna see. So with these last 2, I did go ahead and disturb the soil a little bit, as I should have did over there, and I'll go ahead and do that for the rest of the rows. But the next one I'm gonna plant, the next variety of okra I'm gonna plant is this Motherland. Now I think this okra grows pretty big and have bigger leaves. I'm only gonna do 1 of these just to see. I'll just do 1 of these. So I'll put plenty of them down. I was sent several seeds, so I'll still put plenty of them down just to help with the germination rate. The last variety of okra we're gonna plant is some Cowhorn okra. I hadn't had this before either, so I only want to do 1 plant with these. Now with the okra, I hadn't seen it in the stores before, but I'm sure you can start okra from transplant, but I don't know if you really need to, because they catch on and they grow pretty fast. But for me, especially, I know not for me, I wouldn't need to do it in the long growing season that we have. Probably would have been nice to go ahead and have these out. Have these already growing by now. But I think I did it even later last year. And I still have plenty okra. I still have plenty okra left over. Look at her, I think I dropped a couple of these seeds over here, so might not know what I'm getting. Alright, so I like to grow the okra because it's easy to grow. You can harvest plenty of it, so much where you can share it. It's easy to store, and it has multiple uses. So that's something I'm going to plant pretty much every year, no matter the variety. Now the next seeds that we're going to plant, I hadn't tried them before, so this is going to be a first for me. So I'm going to put these in ground as well. And again, that's a good thing that I created this space so I can have room to plant these. Yes, I probably would have did it last year, or I probably would have did it sooner. So let's go ahead and get these planted. All right, so the next two type of things we're going to be planting is going to be zucchini. And the first one is a Black Beauty zucchini. And this one just came in a package that I bought that had a variety of zucchinis in them. So the same thing with this one. Like I said, this is my first time planting them. And I have a nice amount of seeds, so I'm going to do 3 seeds for each location, just because. And everything I'm spacing everything roughly a foot apart. I ain't gonna go no closer, I ain't gonna go no further away. So this is a small backyard garden, so that means everything is gonna have to be pretty tight. So boom, I got those dropped pretty quick. Then the next variety of zucchini is gonna be this Golden Glory. This is a F1 hybrid. So I'm not sure how many seeds I have of these. I got just enough seeds to try 2 plants. Maybe even 3, but I'm only going for 2. And I'm gonna do, just so I can save me 3 seeds, I'm gonna shoot for 2 in one location and 3 in the other. Okay, so the third seed we're gonna plant is gonna be some squash. Now I know I just planted zucchini, and they say zucchini and squash are the same, but not all squash are zucchini. So the first one I'm gonna be planting is some moonbeam squash, which is is not a vining squash. And the next one is a winter squash, which is gonna be a vining squash. And I don't have a trellis here, so looks like once it starts growing, I'm gonna have to end up throwing the trellis in pretty quick. And just a quick tip, you know, when you go to the big box stores, you can see all the transplants that they have. If you go now versus a couple of weeks ago, they had all of the zucchini, the squash, and certain transplants that they didn't have before. That kind of lets you know those are the things you can start planting at that time in your area as well. So that's how I know I do have a long growing season, but that's how I know I can come here and plant my squash and my zucchini. All right, so because I only have 3 more feet left in this bed, I'm only gonna plant 2 moonbeams and 1 winter squash, just in case I don't have the chance to go ahead and build a trellis or whatnot. And for these moonbeams, this is another thing I hadn't planted before, so I'm just gonna drop 2 seeds in each location. See what we got. And then for the winter squash, I'm just gonna drop 2 of those seeds as well. So I'm putting those at the end of the bed. I'm not too concerned with those growing, if they grow or not. If they do, then I'll figure out some type of trellis, or I might just let them run around the edge or something. We'll see. All right, so the 4th crop we're gonna be planting is gonna be cucumbers. So I have a Sumter, which is like a pickling cucumber, and a Tasty Green. And this one I think is like a Market More or something like that, that comes in the variety pack. So I'm gonna be planting them on this trellis. So last year I put this trellis together and planted some cucumbers. I probably got 2 cucumbers out of it, but didn't eat one of them. I left them on there too long. So we're gonna plant them right here, see if we have a better harvest than we did last year. And also some people ask about this trellis to see how well it held up. Well, I still have it from last year. Only thing different is the leg on the side. We hit it with a lawnmower, but it's still holding on once we piece it together. It's getting a little dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant these pretty fast. That way we can move on to the last thing. All right, so since I have 3 varieties of cucumbers, I'm gonna plant 2 varieties on this side and 1 variety on half that other side. Then I leave another section open for something else. So for the cucumbers, I think if I read it right, I think it said to drop the seeds like every 3 inches. I think every 3 or 4 inches or something like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe in between, because I got plenty of them, so it'll drop more. So that one is the Market More or whatever that came in the variety pack, and then I think I'll do this one for the rest. All right, so we're down to the last seed that we're gonna be planting for today, which is one of the favorites, if not the favorite. So if you're still here with me, make sure to subscribe to the channel and help your boy grow. Now this seed we're gonna be planting, I actually went out and made a spot for it, which is right here up under this cable wheel, and that's gonna be my watermelon seed. So let's go ahead and move this wheel and see what's happening up under it. This location right here is where I had a compost pile at last year that I actually moved. So I did till it up. When I tilled up this new embed ground, it was real soft, so I decided I'm gonna plant some watermelon seeds there. Let's go ahead and move closer and move this wheel out the way. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this cable wheel to see what's up under here. The soil should be nice and moist. Boom, we're doing pretty good. Got a few worms. All right, so this is the spot where I'm gonna go ahead and plant 2 varieties of watermelon seeds. One of them is a Sugar Baby that came out of the variety pack, and the other one is a Jubilee. This is a bigger watermelon, and this is a smaller. But what I'll do is I'm gonna plant a total of 4 seeds, and the smaller watermelon I'm gonna let it run this way, and the bigger I'll let it run to the other side. Now I have this bag of compost, which I went and got. This is a mushroom compost. I wasn't sure if I was gonna need it or not, but I think they say you want to mound your watermelon seeds, but I don't think you really have to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plant them and see what we got. And it says 7 to 10 days germination. So if I don't have no watermelon seedlings coming up within 7 to 10 days, then I may just throw the compost down and replant again. So, but what I'm actually gonna do is, let me go ahead and loosen up this soil. This is probably some of the best in-ground soil that we got. So like I said, I'm gonna drop these Jubilee since I got plenty of them and I want to make sure I have germination. I'm just gonna remember this half of it I'm gonna plant the Jubilees, and that half I'm gonna plant the smaller ones. Now I'm doing that because I'm thinking right now I may come and plant something else right here. I don't know. So I don't know how well this camera is looking, but I know it's dark, so excuse me if you can't see it. But I am dropping some watermelon seeds. And so what I'm gonna do, because you can plant watermelon seeds and cucumber seeds together, I'm gonna come right here and plant some cucumber seeds. So that's why I'm marking that out. All right, so that's pretty much it. We got our 5 crops planted from seed. It's getting a little late, so I'm gonna go ahead and water everything off camera. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. I'll holler at you.